Go ahead. It's all yours.
right, Steve. Mark, excuse me, brace yourself. All right, what do we got here? Let's start with the good. Shares in Tesla are up 115% this year, and Q1 revenue surged 24% on the year, coming in at $23 billion. EPS in line with expectations. Lower on the year, but still in line. But Musk explained this away, saying the underutilization of new factories was stressing margins. So you could expect things to pick up. Now, the not so good, high raw material costs, along with commodity, logistics, and warranty costs, as well as lower revenue from environmental credits, are all putting a squeeze on things. Now, Musk says we're in a 12-month storm where each Fed move higher makes his cars more pricey. But he's doubling down on his approach, sticking to the mass market and smaller margins instead of high margins and low volumes, and that can only be good for competition within the sector and ultimately the consumer. Now, one thing I know you have a bee in your bonnet over, Steve, the range. It is getting better for Tesla, and it's fine for cities, but longer journeys do still need some planning.
Yeah, absolutely. I've realised there's another problem with wearing gloves. I can't actually hold my notes. So, slight issue. So I'll just have to ad-lib some of this as well. Well, look, you are up. What are you up? Around about 115% year to date. Well, I can for once better that because Meta is up nearly 137%. The shares as low as $89 back in November. We all remember how people were really beating up on all these stocks, especially Meta. People were really stunningly concerned about the aforementioned Meta, i.e. the metaverse. But things look like they're getting better. The first quarter sales actually saw the first increase in 4 quarters, and the guidance wooed the market. The shares absolutely surged on the back of those topped expectations. Now, if we look at the numbers, net income was down 24% in the 3 months of the year. That was the same as Tesla, actually, but very interesting. But Meta was absorbing restructuring costs, which hit EPS by 44 cents, bringing it down to $2.20. Still a beat. But remember, this is a year of efficiency. Remember what we were saying before? Every year should be an efficiency, but this is one where they're actually looking at their cost base aggressively. An estimated 21,000 job cuts. Revenue actually jumped. Now, that's what's quite exciting for people. Revenue jumped 3% on the year, beating forecasts, and by $1 billion. Then there's the users, over 2 billion daily users and 3 billion monthly. But what could be the knockout blow here is the price to earnings. That's where I've got, okay, you've got the revenue, I've got the price to earnings. The price to earnings on Meta stands at a forward 24 times, which is around about a third of you over there at Tesla on 78 times as well. So I think that's one knockout blow, but I've got one more for you in a minute.
Okay. I'll address that one. Get ready for this one. Yes, Tesla is trading at an extraordinary valuation, but it's a long-term play. The bulls will tell you that this is going to be the winner long-term in EV. And yes, it's been caught up in the AI rally, but it's not just hype. They've got autonomous driving. They've also opened up their supercharging network. So the long-term potential of this company is huge. And Wedbush says that demand is stabilizing and even growing in China, which is a key market for Tesla.
Now, I'm going for the old kidneys, maybe. I don't know. Because I just think, hang on a second, you mentioned China. Have you not seen what's going on in China? Have you not seen what's going on with the Chinese-owned manufacturers? BYD doing great things, looking at their international exposure and growth as well. Polestar, again, Geely-owned as well, producing some great cars. But the problem I have is that Tesla's margin, look, the problem is their margins have been brilliant, but now they're having to cut their margins to increase their volumes. Now, I know their margins are roughly 3 times your average EV manufacturer, your average OEM, and we've lauded that, and that's why they trade at this stunning premium that you just mentioned as well. But the fact remains is those margins are under pressure, and I wonder with the Chinese competition, with the Europeans getting better at producing the cars, the Japanese getting better at these things as well, is Tesla going to have the playing field to themselves? And then here, look, holding my notes like this.
This is what you get when you wear boxing gloves to a cage match.
Oh, seriously? It's like that old line, isn't it? You bring a knife to a gunfight, you know.
Exactly.
Well, look, Meta pouring a lot of money into AI, and this is where Mark Zuckerberg was very excited on the call last time as well. He's talking about generative AI for graphics, for literature, CapEx over the year, which everyone was worried about on them. You're just laughing at me trying to hold my notes. It's very sad, isn't it? But making more engaging and better advertising as well, using AI and generative AI as well. So I think you're right that Tesla can obviously adopt that as well, but maybe its core to what Mark Zuckerberg's trying to do. And I guess the other point we should make as well is that your man's distracted. The reason why this whole spat between Zuck and Musk started is because your man bought Twitter.
Well, he was distracted.
And now Zuckerberg's coming back and saying, well, we might be able to do our own Twitter-like product.
He was distracted, but that's why he brought in Linda Yaccarino. He's handed over the reins of Twitter so he can concentrate on Tesla and SpaceX and the other companies that he runs because he is one of the best innovators of our time.
Do you want to be really controversial? We can, which is always get people upset. Best heavyweight, best middleweight? Because you're like more of a middleweight and I'm more of a heavyweight.
Middleweight? Excuse me.
A lightweight then. Well, I was saying that in terms of you're Zuckerberg, remember.
No.
You're not Julianna Tatelbaum.
I'm Musk.
Oh, you're Musk, yeah. So you're, what are you, Ali, Holmes? Well, a bit of a later stage Tyson Fury? I don't know.
Since taking Wegovy as Elon Musk, I have slimmed down, so maybe I am a middleweight.
You've got to be Sugar Ray Robinson. There you go. The best middleweight of all time, arguably. I'll take Ali, maybe. Maybe Joe Louis, actually. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?